Welcome to another episode of Market Buzz. Now we have to see if we're going live. Yeah, we are live. Welcome to another episode. There we go. We are now live. Welcome to another episode of Market Buzz. Today we're going to be talking about Trump. He woke up on the wrong side of the bed and the markets are going insane. They definitely did not like it pre-market. Bitcoin and altcoins up and up and up and up, and it doesn't stop. It seems the liquidity is going towards other assets, anything away from the dollar, away from treasuries, and away from risk. Kyle, I'm saying that wrong, but welcome, welcome. We have a viewer in the chat. Today's gonna be a quick one. We're gonna do a little episode just to get back into the groove and into the scene. Um, we are gonna be talking about, I think, Google is one thing we also want to talk about today. They definitely did really good. Trump, we're gonna talk treasuries. And are you up to date with UNH?
The thing is, like, uh, I'm up to date based on history. I know it's, but we can touch on it later. But yeah,
Sounds
I
good.
know a bit about
Okay, because I
stock.
actually made a trade. You know what I mean? I actually moved my portfolio around last week, so it's gonna be an
Hmm.
interesting one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's get it started. So Trump decides to wake out today and tell the world that Apple and Europe are not doing enough to help the American situation, and he is now threatening 50% tariffs, going from the 10% that were already set. He started Liberation Day with Trump having 20% on Europe, and then he gave the 19-day extension until the 8th of July, and that disappeared. Now we are potentially seeing an increase of tensions between Europe and
US.
and the U.S. as soon as June 1st. Which is like 8 days away. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how the market reacts to this, because yeah, Europe is one of the biggest trading partners. I think it's over $1 trillion worth of goods that are traded between, like, that American takes from Europe. So this would be very, very interesting. And the fact that the Europeans doesn't don't seem to be moving towards either the deal that he wants or fast enough to actually get a deal going. But we know that the European bureaucracy is here to stay, and it's kind of part of the design. So markets did not like it today, and we are seeing the red. But markets did recover a little bit at the open. There was an initial rally, but we still don't know. I mean, Trump so far has kept the markets guessing the whole time. So it's been very, very tricky to kind of predict what's going on his mind. I mean, I think who is left to get, like, the big trading partners to get a deal? I think Japan, Europe are the ones that he's having issues with. He's not able to get what he wants from it. So yeah, this is a story that's developing. I mean, I hope we get some clarity soon from Trump, but it seems that as the market continues to rally and there's strength in the stock market, he gets a little bit more aggressive towards his rhetoric. So whenever the market is collapsing, he panics, and then he backtracks. But whenever the markets are up, he can say whatever he wants. So it's super interesting. Another thing that happened earlier in the
And short.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I bet you he's trading it, or he's definitely having people around him that are trading it. It I wouldn't take it away from him. I mean, Trump coin was the trade of the century if you had insider trading. So another thing that happened this week was the treasury auction didn't go as planned, and the market started spooking as he also passed the his new big beautiful bill, or as the bond vigilantes are calling, is America becoming a triple B investment. So Moody's, I think, downgraded the debt, but this was old news, right? Like, I wasn't scared about the downgrade, even though some hedge funds are definitely going to see some volatility around this. But because, like, people sell, it's like the moment some hedge funds have to hold AAA, the moment you don't have that, they're going to have to sell. So there's, like, selling pressure, and we saw that selling pressure in the first couple of days. But I bought the dip. I felt, I was in the beach in Greece, and I bought the dip. I was happy to buy it. I did definitely not see the European threat rising, but that was a very very interesting, I would say. By the way, I forgot to hit the record. Oh man, but yeah, I definitely didn't see the European tensions rising this heavy this fast. But again, Trump is what he likes. I think he's just trying to push their hand, right? So we'll see what happens there. Tell me what you see in the bitcoins and altcoins market, because I know you and Mimi have been very active. I've been talking to Mimi, and I actually sold some of my Bitcoin leverage ETFs.
Yeah.
What are you doing in that sector so far?
Yeah. So just to go back in time and look at how Bitcoin has performed in the last couple of weeks, we had that huge drop to 74K, which clearly was, yeah, like an overreaction on what was happening with Trump and stock market. And yeah, initially I was thinking that Bitcoin would be dragged down with stocks because that's how it always have been. But now you can really see that Bitcoin has decoupled. One, because there's no tariffs for Bitcoin,
Not yet, at
and
least. You know what I mean? If it's not produced in America, next thing you know, he's going to be tearing external
if it's not
currency.
mined
Yeah, if
in
it's
the
not mined
US,
in
yeah.
America, we could. I mean, at this point, we could see it. But continue, continue.
But yeah, but secondly, um, Bitcoin is right now in the third year of the 4 year cycle. I always measure from low to low. So the low was in 2022. And since then, now Bitcoin is in the third year of the 4 year cycle, which is always the bullish year of the 4 year cycle. So you know that now is the time to shine for Bitcoin to outperform all assets. And it clearly has done that so far. Bitcoin is up 20% year to date, while stocks are still down. So the big winner is still Bitcoin compared to stocks. Now the question is, can they continue? You sold. In my opinion, yes, the price is overbought, but the long term uptrend remains intact.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Like I sold 50% of my position. I think I sold when we broke 100K. I sold 25%, and then when we touched the 111, I sold the other 25. Right. So it's just been a little bit of de-risking, putting cash in the bank, like putting cash and just waiting for a better entry. I still hold my long-term Bitcoin has not left my wallet. Right.
Yeah, I I think, yeah, you should make the distinction between you have your wallet with Bitcoin holding forever, basically, and then you have your more trading wallet where you get in, get out, play with, just to have some fun. And yeah, I've been playing a bit more with altcoins because now that Bitcoin is back above 100K, back above one, yeah, almost 110K, we'll see if altcoins will continue to outperform Bitcoin, because now Bitcoin has been outperforming the altcoins, but we want to see that change now that Bitcoin is above that 100K. We want to see altcoin regain some strength and gain some dominance, and that's where the fun can begin. When um, retail comes back, or euphoria is back, you can really make some sweet trades on altcoins. And I've been playing around. I've bought Fortcoin, for example,
Nice.
and
Nice.
it's really silly, but I know it's like a crap name, but it's been the outperforming since its
Yeah.
existence, outperforming Solana, outperforming Bitcoin, and yeah, just following the trend.
Yeah.
And then you also had the hype trade. I don't know if you follow hype. It's another Ethereum killer on yeah, in crypto. So I took that trade. That's now making all-time highs or dipping back below it, but it made new all-time highs, just like Bitcoin. So betting on the winners, those are the ones I'm checking. Sui, yesterday they got hacked, or a platform that got hacked on Sui. A lot of we're talking 20 million, or maybe more,
Oh wow.
just hacked, and all the tokens on Sui got sold. So not to worry, but something to watch, to maybe buy the dip or when they recover.
Okay. That's
Because Sui
interesting.
was always the strong horse, and now we're seeing it's pulling back a bit more compared to Bitcoin. So that's definitely one I'm watching. And yeah, I'm just impressed by the dominance by Bitcoin. Bitcoin continues to dominate the space, and you would think that every time Bitcoin make new highs, that altcoins would catch up. But so far, Bitcoin has been the king for the duration of the whole
Yeah.
cycle, and I wonder, like, what will it take to change that? Mimi, I think she would know and say
Yeah.
that patience. Huh? Ethereum, she always says, like, if Ethereum starts to reclaim, position, then altcoins will fly again. And right now, Ethereum is starting to pick up also. So I bought a little bit of Ethereum,
Yeah.
and yeah, so it's a fun market where you can just
Yeah.
buy
That's
the dip in an uptrend, and that's the easy part.
yeah. I started like I started like putting my toe in the water with the old coins. I bought some Curve, I bought some H bar, I bought some Ethereum back in, Sui, XRP. I doubled my position. So I don't know. I think we're definitely going to see some of the Bitcoin liquidity start migrating to some of the good projects that people are seeing, right? So it's definitely interesting what's happening in the sector, but I don't know. Like I think like even the thing that well, Bitcoin has taken, in my opinion, a lot of strength from just the dollar devaluation that we've seen based on all of this uncertainty and doubt that Trump has created, and it just seems to continue. Even the treasuries, like the treasuries, are getting affected, right? Yields are starting to go up. I think the 30-year treasury bill is sitting at 5%. The 10-year is sitting at 4.5, and that spread between the 10 and the 2 keeps getting larger. So it's like not like I don't know if it's like Bitcoin strength and people, or maybe people looking for another asset other than the dollar or American markets and trying to find a way, because I mean the pound is sitting at all time, like at all time highs in the past, like 52-week highs, sitting at 135. We have the euro high, the Japanese I think the Japanese yen is the one that hasn't kept up, but most commodity currencies are pumping. Correct. Yeah. And they're having issues. Like Japan has always had issues because they're trying to print their way out of, like they're trying to debt their way out of like a slowdown in their economy, and they're still having issues. But like Japan, I don't know, like their debt continues to grow and grow, and the Japanese carry trade is something that has me worried too. But we'll go deeper into that, like into another episode of that for sure. But yeah, I mean, I've just
So
seen
what are you watching right now?
right now. The thing is like I'm trying to come up with my story, right? Like I've been on holiday. This is a little treat for everybody. Me and Timothy had a couple of beers in Belgium the other day.
Belgian beers.
Yeah, and it was a fun time, very fun time. But I was on holiday, and I was like, I still paid attention to markets. I mean, I pay attention to every day, right? But like the all you need to work with the markets is this, right? But it keeps me away. You know what I mean? I don't have all my tools ready to go. I know it's just like one step to get all my news. So it's like I'm still trying to develop my story, and I got a little bit bearish after the China deal, because I just didn't. like it we started getting deals, but then I saw it slowing down, right? I was like, okay, Trump has gotten most of the news out. Okay, now he's gonna like maybe toughen his rhetoric, and he ended up doing it. So I ended up like reshuffling my portfolio. I got into Google, which is something I want to talk about a little bit too. And then I got into, what did I buy? I bought some things. I bought some things. Have a look.
And why did you buy Google?
Well, I like Google. You know what I mean? I think Google has been beaten up for no reason. You know, it's like like and well, like okay, we'll talk about Google in a sec. We'll talk about Google in a sec. But yeah, let's just I'm gonna try to answer a couple other questions that we have here, just because we're talking about the macro economy. So Jimmy asks what Jerome Powell is gonna do next meeting. I think it's gonna hold, right? The whole every single Fed member is telling you the same thing. And remember that Jerome, he doesn't control the board. Like he can make decisions. He's not like like the tyrannic dictator. He has to go with the votes. He can just like sort of like guide people to think and look at it in a certain way. But the Fed members and the FOMC members vote on their own. So I think they're going to hold. Every single FOMC member is telling you the same thing. The more uncertainty we have, the more we're happy to stay here, and we at least we have the ammunition to take charge of whatever issue
Isn't
arises.
cuts?
There's not, right? The economy is great. Unemployment hasn't risen, right? Productivity is still fine. Like, yeah, you're gonna get some, and you're gonna get inflation potentially from the tariffs, because we now know that the floor is 10%. Everybody gets 10%. So inflation, we have to see what the inflation aspects are gonna be. We're bringing a ton of demand forward because people are scared about the tariffs, right? So it's like a lot of demand is coming forward, and the economy is looking great, right? But then the economy is looking great right now because we're bringing all of that spending right now to today. But then what happens when the consumer stops buying because they're just like, okay, like whatever, let the tariffs come, you know? So right now it's very very tricky.
You just have to wait for the effect. It's gonna be in a few months,
Correct.
not today.
Yeah. For the India and U.S. trade deal, look, like I haven't kept up with the trade deals news as much, so I don't want to give you any false information. But what I can tell you is that they seem to be getting that deal coming across, right? Like we still have major trade deals that have to come through. India, China still needs to get like rolled out. The European Union still needs to get rolled out. Japan still needs to get rolled out. So there's still a lot of room to maneuver, right? We got an idea of what he was looking for with the UK deal, right? And he's probably trying to get the same thing,
Let
but those countries
Let
are
me
like,
tell you why we should be bullish, in my opinion, because we have to think about what is priced in. All right. So the market is pricing in all the tariffs. They're already thinking the worst case scenario, which is inflation and so on. And now what they're seeing is all the deals getting handled and getting out of the way, which is also bullish.
yeah.
So why would you think that the market will make a new low, for example?
I don't think we'll see. The thing is like I don't think we see a new low unless we get a black swan. You remember the statement that you said? It's like a recession comes when nobody's looking, and we got really excited lately, right? Nobody's expecting this black swan event to be, and right now there are signs, right? Like there are starting to be signs of the American debt. Like if the Americans can't borrow money and can't borrow their way out of their spending.
Seriously, that has been an issue for years,
Agreed.
and
Agreed.
and each year they move the ceiling.
Yeah, but the thing is like, what happens when the bond vigilantes say no more money for America? What's when we get one treasury auction that doesn't go their way, we're gonna see major panic. The market's gonna sell off, right? Because if the Americans can't borrow, you imagine an American default. I don't think we're gonna get it in our lifetime, but it's something that could spook markets really quickly, and we could see. Like, I don't think the end of volatility is here. I think
Yeah, but
opportunities will come. We're still in the
we
middle of
can never
volatility.
prepare
Correct.
for a black event, because
Yeah.
otherwise you will always be out of the market or
Correct.
sideline and miss all the
Yeah.
gains that have been made.
But
So
that's why I'm not scared of selling a couple of the gains. You know what I mean? And keeping a little bit of the cash in the sideline, like for days like today, where you're just able to get back in, even if it's at a lower price. Let's say it continues to go down. I don't care because I bought cheaper. You know what I mean? So I do save some of that. Do I think we're gonna end up QT? I don't think so. I think the Fed's gonna stay. I think the Fed's gonna stay put unless we see some major red flags coming up. I think
it's
Trump.
gonna be first cutting rates, and then when
Yeah.
it's low enough and they have no other solution, they have to do QT.
Yeah,
but the economy has to be bad. I mean,
correct. Yeah, but the thing is the
that's
economy
the
is good.
simple
We
take.
are in a good place. Like even though the data looks bad, we're still in a good place. You know what I mean? I'm comfortable here. Like yeah, some companies might lose. You know, some companies when they try to refinance, they're gonna get messed up. It's true, but
And I think a lot of the profits from the companies are getting absorbed by the efficiency of AI.
yeah,
And that's what we want to talk also today about Google. Like,
we're gonna talk Google. Let's go. Let's talk Google because I got so lucky with my second purchase of Google. My first purchase was when it price came down drastically like a couple of weeks ago, and then I was like I like Google. I was rebuying, and then I bought Google. I bought UNH, and then I bought Google, and I was like, huh. And then all of a sudden Google started pumping. I was like, what had happened? I didn't see like I wasn't on my feed, so I didn't see the event. And then Google just pumps like crazy, you know? Google just like told everybody is like we are not somebody that you mess with. You know what I mean? It's like we're definitely doing our job, which is like trying to
when
figure
did
out.
you buy? When did you buy?
Man, let
Like
me
here,
have a look. Let me have a look.
100,
Like like
150.
140. I think like in the 140s, 150s, like but he was like,
Yeah,
but I bought it like 150. So let me have a look. Let me have a look.
this is like crazy chart. I remember buying
Everybody,
4 April, 4 April. Yeah,
everybody
right
kept
here.
everybody kept saying, "Oh, Google is gonna end," and I'm like, "What are we talking about? Have you tried going from point A to point B without Google Maps?" I have a friend that's like helping me like renovate my house, and he just came from Venezuela, and he's trying like he doesn't speak any English, and he's trying to figure out how to get from point A to point B, and he doesn't know how to use Google Maps, and he got lost. I had to go pick him up in like another city. You know what I mean? It's like we don't understand the level of intricacy of this like technologies that we use on a daily basis. Chrome,
Mm.
Android, all of these different things is just ways for Google to monetize their way into the six. Like they're like search is not gonna stop. They're gonna figure out a way. Like you Google something. When you need to figure something out, you Google it. You know what I mean? It's a verb. You know, like Google ain't going nowhere. And like whoever tells you that, like I think they're wrong. I think that the AI place right now, like I think Google is even better than Microsoft. You know?
Yeah, they're dominating, and their latest show proved that. I mean, now you can just prompt something, and they can give you a video with sound, with someone speaking, that wasn't even possible before. You can and there were other apps doing that already, but you can just take a picture of yourself, and then they put
The fashion,
uh
like the
the fashion
clothes.
app. Yeah, I mean, there's companies working on that for years, and now they just boom. You buy the subscription for, I don't know, it's 200 a month, pretty much, but it's a lot. But still, if you are a business, you're not gonna buy three types of subscriptions. You're gonna buy
One.
Google and stick with it,
Yeah.
okay? Because Google has everything. That's the easy part. So I'm thinking like, for now, Google seems the easy choice to have for all the AI tools. Yeah,
I agree.
it's amazing.
No, I agree. And the thing is like, and all the tools that they did, like the one for the video, and like how the video has voice now, and it's like what OpenAI just had. It was like, okay, like we're gonna like double it. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa. It's like we
Yeah,
just want a good video. Now we have good video with audio, and it's like, what is happening here? Like I saw the event today. I caught up with it today, and I was just like, what?
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
quality is also impressive.
Yeah. The quality, like the amount, and the thing is like the way that Google has set up their business. Like they've always innovated, right? And the question would be like, okay, which of these products actually stays within the product line? What's actually profitable for them, and all of these different things. But Google doesn't stop to innovate, right? Like one of the biggest hurdles that I heard for Google was just that, oh, Google is such a big company and there's committee after committee after committee. But I don't think so. I think Google, the way that their model has worked, is that I think it's like usually it's like Google allows you like 4 days of work, and then on Friday you're able to work on whatever you want that can move the company forward. So it's like they work like a startup at some levels. It's just like they still have that startup mentality within the monster of Google because they know that you need that innovation and that agility, right? So I like Google. I like Google a lot, and it's like I just think that they have so much data, they have so much infrastructure already laid out to take advantage of this. You know, it's the truth. It's the truth. So
I wanna like. Do you see this? I wanna show an example.
so Alphabet and Google are the same thing. So we're talking about Alphabet in this case, yeah. But Alphabet and Google are the same. There's two stocks, and one of them is just preferred shares that allow you to vote, and the other ones don't. But yeah, Google and Alphabet, same thing, Jimmy. Bam bam.
Do you see this, Nestor?
It's nuts. Like this is like MGM quality. You know what I mean? Like sure, you still see some hints, but it's like this is the worst. You know what I mean? Like, did you ever see the Will Smith video eating pasta?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was what the good stuff was back in the day, and then a couple of years later, we're here. You know
The thing
what?
is, before you could do video, but without
The
the
voice.
sound,
Yeah,
and you had to have two apps combining for creating one
yeah.
video with sound and image. And now they're doing it all in one,
Yeah.
which makes it very impressive.
Well, did you see the agents? Did you see the agents? Like now, like a agent, like it's now you're able to just tell Google, it's like, hey, can you book me tickets or can you find me a flat? And then it just does it for you. It just contacts the people, does the thing. It's like a personal assistant. So the way that they're playing it out, and they have access. Like I remember, like even AI. Like the thing is like when people talk about AI, everybody's like, oh, ChatGPT, whatever. But AI has been like Google has had AI since AI was cool. You know what I mean? Like they've read your emails, and it's like at this point, I'm like, read all my emails and tell me what I need to figure out. It's like how they connect the flights to your calendar, and you don't even have to worry about it, and you have all of the meetings laid out, and you just have to accept in your calendar, so it becomes easier to kind of like all of these small little things, just tweaks that we don't realize that become so necessary on our day to day. That's the true ingenuity of Google in this case, you know. But yeah, all right. I know that you're gonna have to go soon, so let's end it real quick with UNH because I bought some UNH as well. I bought late.
Share my screen again.
I bought late. I bought late. I bought like a week ago because like we never had the episode with Dimitris and he never convinced me.
And now you are.
I bought a bit just because I saw sort of the uncertainty around this whole sort of, and I know that it's still health, so I know people flock to health, and the PE ratio just looks so appealing. I mean, the PE is still sitting
Yeah.
at what, 12? You know what I mean? They make so much money. Like I know their margins are tight, but at 12 PE, I don't know. It looked appealing, right? Like there seemed to be an opportunity as long as the story doesn't continue to get worse. The stories around there are nasty. You know what I mean? I feel dirty owning this company, but it looks appealing, and hopefully they can turn it around. Hopefully they can turn it around, but. Indicator time. By the way, if you're liking the
Yeah.
content, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe.
My my indicator is saying to buy.
Nice.
On the weekly, on the monthly, and yeah, on the daily, I was buying as well. So definitely, yeah, it was an opportunity, and now we just have to wait for it to recover. By the
Yeah.
way, I just finished my course on
Woo!
trading altcoins.
If you're interested,
So
I'll put it on the link. Send me the link of your.
all yeah,
I'll,
uh,
I'll put it in the description for sure. Market
it's
Buzz
live.
certified.
I will. So
But
yeah,
yeah. Any other questions
that's it.
anybody has? Anybody? Any other questions? Jimmy, Kyle, Andres, you guys are legit. Andres, I'll be interesting to see what layer twos you're talking about. because I want to get Mimi in here because like she definitely helped me out in choosing a couple of the coins that I bought. You know, it's nice to have a crypto traders in my fingertips. You know what I mean? So it's like it's so good. But yeah, no, I mean, I think we have
I
next.
think if maybe one tip, if you want to go leverage ETH, you buy Pepe.
Noted. You know, me and a friend only pay ourselves in Pepe. So whenever somebody buys something, we always pay back Pepe. Always. So you owe me, you'll pay me in Pepe. You know what I mean?
Seriously,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jimmy
that's
says,
nice.
yo, Jimmy, yeah, yeah, yeah. So like, I'm down like 50% on that Pepe, but I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm like, whatever. You know? Yo,
It
are we
will
gonna?
recover.
Yeah, are we gonna see summer lows? I think a friend of mine was talking about the 60-day cycle. We're supposed to be hitting a peak right now, at least for the little while. So we could
Yeah,
potentially see a retracement and then a pick back up in the next 60 days.
but not a new low. I mean, not gonna take out the low from April, in my opinion.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either, unless either Trump breaks something, the bond vigilantes break something, Japan breaks something, everybody could break something. You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to see what happens at the second half of the year. But so far, so good.
Yeah,
Next
it's
week,
crazy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Next week, you know what's next week? You know?
Nvidia
Nvidia, baby. Yeah,
earnings.
yeah, yeah. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe. We're gonna be
Put
covering
on
them
a
here.
leather jacket.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm putting up the leather jacket, and I'm gonna be doing a live stream on my channel. I think Dimitris might join, and if you want to join on the live stream too, I'm more than happy to have you guys like join. That'd be fun.
I'm always down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That'll be fun just to cover like the live. Because I've been, it's like I think another thing that ended up happening, and this is just a deep end now at this point, but it's like Target. I think one of the things that spooked markets I think last week or the start of this week was Target. Target missed earnings, but it's because like the company's been doing really bad lately, not because
Yeah.
of. And then the whole market was like, oh my god, if Target is collapsing, the whole world is gonna collapse, and it's just like earnings were
That's
so
like
good.
looking at Intel if the market of semiconductor is doing bad.
Yeah,
No, you
yeah,
have to look at Nvidia.
yeah. It's the truth, Yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth. So yeah. Any other things you want to talk about, Timothy?
No, gotta go.
You
Thanks
see,
everyone for watching.
when it's
If
you,
there's a question,
yeah, when it's you and me, we keep up with the time. When it's you and me, we keep up with the time. When Kim is here, we go for hours. But
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I gotta catch up with everybody because we are gonna be potentially having live streams in the like lives, in the Etoro Summit at the end of October. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe because we're gonna be bringing you content all the
and
way from
follow,
then. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
subscribe.
All right. All right. Thanks to everybody for watching. You guys are the best. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you all.
Bye
Leave any
bye.
questions in the comments or any questions on the eTar post. I'll make sure everybody answers them. Peace out, everybody. Wait, we're still